On today's episode of WatchJRGo, we are here with the Powerglide from the 67 Camaro RS. And today, we're gonna rip it apart and replace at least the frictions and all the seals because it's just puking out fluid. And hopefully we can figure out what's up with the parking pawl too. We definitely need that car to have park. This motorcycle jack is awesome. It's really more of a transmission jack. Okay, we got it loaded up. That is a two-man lift. I thought the Glide was gonna be really light, but it's only sort of light. Also, Josh, where did you get this?
It just showed up.
Prius gang. I just saw the Prius gang. I saw it when I pulled in a second ago. I was like, what? Oh, that's awesome. Well, it's about the right sticker.
They just showed, they're in black and white, so, you know, if you want one.
Yeah. What is going on, guys? I am WatchJRGo, and today we are here with the Powerglide at Dad's shop, and we're gonna rip this thing apart real quick. Basically, the only parts I could buy for this thing are the red clutches here, the red frictions. They had no steels in stock, they had no other parts in stock, and a seal kit. So we're gonna stop the leaks, hopefully sort out the, you know, any slipping with the frictions. Here, that's a big lift. Are you sure you got it?
Oh yeah.
I can one hand the tail shaft. You ready?
Yep. Got it.
Boom.
I got it.
Cool. Our issue here is that there's no park. That's what we're trying to fix. But they didn't have a parking pawl pin and they didn't have a parking pawl, so we might have to take that pin, build up some metal on it or something like that and machine it back down. I hope not. The thing is, maybe it was just the shift linkage. Maybe we just need to check the rooster comb, I think, or run it into park, which is probably, here, let's do a function test. Do you know which way's park? I assume, let's see, that's probably low, and that's probably park. Okay, so that's park, and we needed to do exactly that. Grab some pliers. Oh, it does go into park, sweet. Well, that was the whole reason we wanted to rebuild it. You fixed it.
Let's put it back in.
That was a pretty fast rebuild we did right there. No, I think we should still rip it apart because it does have an untold amount of miles on it, and reseal it because it dumps fluid out of the front seal, like we mentioned in the last video. Dumps fluid.
Still got some Earl in it. It's pretty nasty looking.
The fluid looked brand new when it came out of the car, like somebody had tried. Yeah, somebody had like tried to fix this and had no luck with it. We'll strip this thing apart real quick. Torque converter's coming off. You just kind of pull. I'll probably have to go drain that in the used oil, huh?
Yeah.
Cool.
I once did one of these in 38 minutes. Let's see if we can break that record.
All right.
I'm sure lots of other people have.
Yeah, it is the simple trans, so it'll be fun. All right. I've been watching those transmission teardown videos a lot because they're fun to watch. Those guys have those big tables with the drains in them, you know?
Oh, yeah.
And it's so
I never
fast.
had one of them.
Oh. Yeah, we've always done this in like, we always tilt it up and drain all the fluid out of the tail shaft on the transmission lift.
Not much left in this one.
Not much left. And then take every single part out and clean in the solvent tank. Today we're just gonna get after it. With the pan off, you can see some nasty sludge and a little bit of metallic looking oil, but it's not terrible, honestly. So this is the clip that holds together all the magic right here. You've got this big clip, and there's a
low and reverse.
couple slots, and you got to pry the clip around it carefully. And now that that's out,
make sure that you can identify which way it goes in. Sometimes they're different, but this one, you can look at the edge of this band right here.
And it has the bevel, doesn't it?
Well, if it does, you can see it if you look right in the square end, but I don't see anything on it, so I just need cleaned up. And then here's the
can lift all those out at once.
Clutch pack.
Those are.
Yeah, these are highly serviceable. You don't have them either, do you?
Yeah, I don't even have.
All you got's a high pack.
All right. That's all they would give me. They said that was their whole stock of Powerglide parts. That's not good. I guess I'll clean the steels and then we'll put them back.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with them.
No, they look good.
Whoever was driving it took it pretty easy on it.
Also, you said it's been gone through, right? I mean, it looks like it has.
Somebody's changed it at some point.
Yeah. Not like a high performance build, but they went through it. And it is break time. As you can see, all of this stuff is as clean as it's gonna get. Every nut and bolt, well, it's really just bolts. They're all clean, servo's clean, and the governor's clean. Tail shaft, I scrubbed and scrubbed and scrubbed, and that's really as good as that's gonna get. It's gonna get painted, so we're gonna leave a little bit left that needs wire brushed off there. All the big stuff is off of it. And now we are ready to do the case, but we have to get that last set of clutches, the high clutches, out of the case before we can get it in the solvent tank. And we don't have the tool over here yet for that. Well, this is the last thing, right? Push this thing down and pull this clip. And then
you gotta have these pliers or you can't do it.
Right. Like stub nose pliers. Nice. Came right out.
Piston out. You can take it out with air. That came out really easy.
Sure did.
So we'll change this.
That seal looks, I mean, it doesn't have any tears in it or anything.
It don't matter. It's
worn.
It feels good, but it didn't have any side pressure on it either.
It didn't.
Like the
might have been leaking past it.
Like it was worn.
Okay, everything's clean. Look at that. The case is cleaner. I mean, I scrubbed for like an hour and a half with basically just a screwdriver to get the built-up dirt off. Tail shaft looking good.
Tail housing.
Tail housing. And yeah, everything's about, I mean, it's ready to go together. Let's get back to the time lapse. We'll just start assembling this thing. Also, you said those...
you can see all the pitting. Okay, that's delamination.
Here's for comparison. Brand new, and these are the high performance.
Yeah, those are better plates. These are delammed. The low in reverse look good.
1R. Yeah,
put them back over there. The trick to getting these in, just since you're shooting, is you got to make sure the lip seals, lip seals down, slip seals down. Make sure you use a good transmission gel, and that lube there is a lube that dissolves in transmission fluid. Make sure this inner lip seal goes down. There's several ways to put this in. If you lube it up really good, it goes in nice. But what you want to do is you just got to be very careful not to fold or cut your seal. And if you just work it around just a little bit and play with it, another way of doing it is take a 2 or 3 thousandths feeler gauge and just go around there and it'll help you slide it in. And but if you get it like that, it'll just drop in. And
put all the springs on it, and
so we'll put the springs in, and then put the spring compressor on it. All right, so all the springs are in. Put the spring retainer on. Make sure that's centered good, and then take the spring compressor. Make sure you don't get this hooked up in the snap ring, because you can
tear up the race.
You'll bend the lip.
Oh, on the metal too?
On this little retainer.
Yeah,
Believe me, I know. I've done it before.
That retainer is pretty light steel.
Yeah,
there.
it'll just bend right in. Then you want to examine this clip.
Yep.
And
see which way it was riding.
Yeah, see which way it's riding, and you can usually see it's shiny on the outside. That means it was in that bend of the retainer. And then you can see a line right here. There's a little bit of a silver line. That little silver line there is where you can see a line right there. That's where it dropped into the groove. So we'll just put that back on there. You don't need snap ring pliers to put it back on. Or you don't need the duckbill pliers to get it back on. And then make sure it's all the way down in, which it is.
Yeah. Nice.
Back it off. And that's done. Now, in case you want to test this and make sure that it works, you can put air pressure right in there. You got to hold your thumb over one side, or hold your finger in there while you shoot some air in there and make the clutch move.
Yep.
I'll warn you, don't do that till you get the clutch back in.
Yeah.
Because this can raise all the way up, clip the seal, and put her back in.
Yep.
I learned that lesson when I was much younger than you.
While we're in here, we wanted to show you guys a quick demo of that thing applying. So here is some air pressure.
Kind of noisy.
Boom.
That's quite a bit of movement. That's about 100 thousandths movement. And usually, if you're going to set it up for a hard run, you're going to set it up about 65 in there, I think.
Yeah.
I haven't looked at my specs in a lot of years, but it's going to be okay. You know, it'll hit faster if you take up that clearance.
This is the whole reason we took it apart. This is the parking pole. It's that pin right there. And you can see in the linkage right here, as we put this thing into park, I don't know if I can hold the case and everything, but okay, so you see this pin pushes down on that, and then it applies, and that goes in, just clicks into those little
When you
guys.
put it in park, it snaps into those notches.
Yep. So all of that looks great. We thought it was going to be, trash, and we were going to have to fix the pole, but it's good. Well, this was supposed to be a quick, easy build, and we were flying through it when we realized that the complete rebuild kit that I bought, the high performance paper rubber kit, does not have the gasket for the governor in there. We realized about the time I was scraping the gasket off of it. And it has none of the 3 valve body gaskets that you need. You need this one and one more on the other side and one more main one here. We have none of those. So we're stuck for the night. It would be back together already, but we gotta wait for the gaskets to show up. Hopefully I can source some tomorrow. If not, I guess we're stuck until Monday, but the rest of it's all back together. New front main, all the seals are in. The rear output shaft seals in there, and I mean, it's basically completely done. Just a few bolts left. A few hours later, we are back with the correct gaskets to finish this thing up. We can unwrap it. This is our dust cover trash bag, and replace every gasket left in this thing. Valve body and the governor. There we go, get this out of the way. Josh found a friend of a friend that just had this set laying around. It's the exact same number of the kit that I got. Look, KP28900HP, same thing. Again, this one has all the correct gaskets. Well, the rebuild of the transmission that didn't need rebuilt is complete, and it looks better. It is ready for paint. We cleaned on that casing forever. All new seals, front seal, rear seal, of course all the gaskets and everything like that. So that should stop the leaks, and the vent broke off while we were moving it around, so I gotta get a new vent. I think it's in my pocket or something like that. Anyway, converter is drained too, so we can refill that with some fluid, stab the converter back on, and put this guy in the car. So next up, we actually get the engine and the transmission in. Huge shout out to my dad for helping put this back together. And he wanted to mention that my grandpa actually went to GM's training school on rebuilding the Powerglide back in the day. He was building transmissions for GM, and they sent him off to their Powerglide school. So a pretty cool story. Anyway, that is it for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to head on over to shop.WatchJRGo.com where you can get cool shirts like these. And please like, share, subscribe, do whatever you want to do. And I will talk to you next time. In case you wanted to know the all these parts, $67.97 was the total. And those are all extras and they're like $5 a pop. So that's $20 that's getting returned. So I've got a little less than that in it too. That was a cheap build. Powerglide, easy to work on.
Oh, we couldn't start this, but you want to start another engine?
What engine? The jet engine?
Not tonight. The neighbors might not like me starting the jet engine tonight.
It's not that late.
I do need to start the jet engine, but not. No, I got one that's more fun.
Oh, okay.
This is a Detroit diesel I got out of the junk pile.
Yep.
It was actually put in an AT&T's basement many years ago, and then it was taken out. It's from the 60s, I think.
Wasn't it super cheap? Like you got it for scrap?
Well, it was stuck.
Yeah.
So got it loose, did a bunch of minor repairs to it, and I haven't had the engine apart. I just got it loose. Fixed all the wiring, converted it over from 240 to 480, and now all you got to do is push the start button.
Did it have the windings for 480 or something?
Yeah, it was wired for 240, but I retied it up for 480. But I'm controlling the voltage off of 240, but it's making 480 because I didn't want to change all this out. So it shows 240 right here.
Gotcha.
When it comes up to full speed, but it's actually putting 480 out. By the way, I hacked it. Just push that black button.
Okay.
Hold her in.
Sounds like an old semi.
Two-stroke diesel.
Yeah.
Well, you can watch it run over there. It'll just barely.
That is slow. Wow, 300 RPM.
200 to 300 RPM.
That thing is crazy quiet. But it's not, there's no output right now, right? No. Sure is smooth. It's a cool battery you got there.
I took that battery pack off of a propane truck that rolled over.
Oh, okay.
And made that our battery mount, and then that's the tank off the side of the
Propane truck?
You know, it's a diesel-fired propane truck. It rolled, so we brought the tank up here, fixed it up, so that's our day tank. So it'll run off of that tank during the day, and then we refill it off of a 24-hour tank. We built the frame out of scrap iron.
Yep.
And just ran pipes down to the floor. Mike welded all up, did a beautiful job of building this all for us, and then took a forklift and we set it up here. Then we built the room around it with a big door here, so that we can come in with a crane to get it out if we ever have to pull it. But this is a let's see, how big is that thing? It's 110.
The isolation works pretty well.
It's mounted on springs.
I saw it.
So then we put these on here so that it could never get away if it had to come off those springs.
Some little hooks.
Yeah, and this is sitting over the bathroom. So I tell you what, the first time somebody's sitting in the toilet and this thing fires up, it's going to scare the babies out of it. Anyways, it's ready to go. If the power fails, all we have to do is push that button and go out there and hit the transfer switch.
The frame is ridiculous. It's like 6-inch steel pipe all the way down to the floor.
Yeah, and we build it into the walls of the bathroom so you can't see it.